I am Stephanie Laska. I lost 140 pounds and created Dirty Lazy Keto. Thanks for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and enjoy the show. Well, today we're going to be talking about dollar store keto tips. Dollar store keto tips. Now, when I say dollar store, you guys, I'm talking about like discount stores. Okay, so think about what discount stores you have in your area. Type it in the comments. It could be Dollar General, Dollar Tree, Dollar Store, the 99-cent store, or just some random discount store that you have available somewhere within reach in your community. I want to assure everybody that even if you don't have the exact dollar store that I'm talking about today, you can still lose weight on a budget with Dirty Lazy Keto. I promise. I'm going to reach down here and find a picture. Here's a lovely, lovely before and after picture of me. This one is so frightening because of the hair. Do you see the cornrows I got done on the cruise ship? What was I thinking? Well, I may not have been thinking here with that hairstyle, but I was definitely thinking when I would go shopping at the dollar store or the discount budget stores. And it's helped me to lose that 140 pounds and now keep it off for almost a decade. And I do incorporate trips to the dollar store for lots of keto tips and tricks and foods, and I'm going to share those with you today. It's exciting, right? Now, I also hope that you'll be sharing your secrets, because if I show you my dollar store keto tips, you better show me yours. I hope that you promise. There's nothing fancy or expensive required to do keto. I know that's a common myth that people have. They think, oh yeah, keto is so expensive. I got to go out and buy all this weird stuff. No, you don't. So today I'm going to share with you 7. Is the 7 going the right way? I'm going to share with you my 7 particular dollar store keto tips. And before we get to those 7, I'm going to spin the wheel because we like prizes, right? And we're going to see what somebody in the comments today is going to win at random. So exciting. Big whammies. Okay, ooh, how exciting. Today's prize is going to be a copy of the Dirty Lazy Keto Fast Food Guide. I'm going to reach up here and grab one. Good thing I was wearing pants. No, I'm just kidding. It's a Zoom joke, right? Here's a copy of the Dirty Lazy Keto Fast Food Guide, 10 carbs or less. This is the prize today. Everything in here are suggestions on what you can order when you go to 35 different fast food restaurants. My husband and I put this together because we eat out a lot and we do the drive-through. Nothing wrong with that. And I would always get stressed, like, what do I order? What do I order? And I'd be on the website and it wouldn't work, or it wasn't fast enough, or I couldn't figure it out. So my husband and I just decided to put it all together in one spot. You can get this free. You're all wet free. You can get this free either from winning in the prizes today, the commenting, the random person who wins from commenting, or you can download it on Amazon Prime if you have Kindle Unlimited. It's free. Isn't that cool? Free to download. Or you can order a paperback on Amazon if you so choose. So let's get started. Ready? 7 dollar store keto tips. Can I get a drum roll or a horn? Is anyone laughing at me or with me? Very important distinction. Okay, and I want to talk about some of the features and benefits too along the way. So it won't just be show and tell, but that's certainly part of it. But one of the first benefits I like to say, and I'll say the first benefit, $1. The first benefit I want to share is that you're going to find some really novel and unusual, perhaps interesting things when you shop at a dollar store or a discount store. This is probably one of my most favorite items. Do you know what this is? Put it in the comments if you do. Do you know? Any guesses? Any guesses? I know it looks kind of medieval, doesn't it? I think it might have to do with an egg slicer. It's got a real thin gauge wire, and you just go like that. But I also use it for avocado. And I cannot tell you how much joy this item from the dollar store has brought me in terms of my keto happiness level. It's just so fun. It makes everything pretty, like if I'm putting egg or avocado on a salad. So you never know what you're going to find, right, at a dollar store. Something else I like to do is try out new flavors. I feel like it keeps my life spicy and interesting. This is one part of my first dollar store tip. Every time I go, I usually stock up on these flavored water packets. And yes, they have variable amounts of carbs. Yes, they have maltodextrin. Wah, wah, wah. That's okay with me. It's dirty keto, people. I feel like drinking water is more important than being perfect and fabulous with cold, pure, distilled water that I paid $6 for from Voss, from the Iceland, pyramids. I don't think I need any of the glacier water. I'm fine with a little tap mixed in with, one of these fun flavors. So here are some ones I found last week. Canada Dry Cranberry Ginger Ale. That just screams cocktail. Hello. Skittles. Thank you very much. How cool is this? Cherry 7-Up. Crush. You betcha. And Sunkist. This one's my secret favorite. Please don't buy them all because I need them. And then, did I say Skittles? Here's another fun candy type flavor. Just the package makes me happy. I don't really care if it's all that it fesses up to be. But honestly, just seeing this is like, I'm having candy. And it can get me through a real sweet tooth. So that is my first suggestion for you, to stop by the Dollar Tree, the dollar store, the Dollar General, all those places. Stop by and just see what they have, because it might keep your keto lifestyle fun and interesting. Can I just keep doing that? That makes me happy. And it keeps you alive and interested, right? And you want to win. So keep commenting, make your suggestions, tell me your opinions about tip number 1 in the comments. Do you like it? What do you try that keeps you feeling novel and fun? How about number 2? Ooh, oh, wait for it. Oh, number 2, the $2 bill. See? Good, right? Okay, not so good. So this is tip number 2. All right. All the items that you go shopping for at the Dollar Tree, they might be so inexpensive, so cheap, that you are willing to try some new low-carb foods or flavors. That is a win in my book. You know what I mean? It's not so scary. You're like, oh, Stephanie's been talking about tofu fries. Do you remember I made that in the vegetarian video, the vegetarian keto video? I taught you how to make tofu fries. Maybe you saw that video and you were like, oh, but tofu, I've never had that. That's so weird. Can I have that? Is it keto friendly? Blah, blah, blah. Well, if you're at the dollar store and you see tofu, you might be more invested to give it a try. It's not so not like a big commitment, right? You might think to yourself, well, normally, the strict keto people, they told me I couldn't have taco powder. I have to make my own from scratch. I have to mill my own spices, but I'm in a hurry. I'm going to grab some here at the dollar store. That's okay. I'm cool with that. Do it. Save time wherever you can. For me, I get kind of hooked on my gum. I know I've talked way too much about gum on this podcast and on my videos. I got my favorites and I get crazy. But every once in a while, I go out on a limb. And I know it's not cost effective, but I buy this, like a little new flavor packet. And I'm like, oh, can I do it? And it's only $1, right? Or $1.25 with the inflation these days. But it really helps me to just branch out a little and take more risks without spending too much money. Same when it comes to allspices. I want to mix it up. I don't want my DLK, my dirty, lazy keto life to get stagnant. So it's fun to invest in a new flavor, a new food, a new, spice. I don't know. And it doesn't seem like it's going to break the bank, right? Because it would cost a whopping $1 or ish. I know my Dollar Tree the other day is $1.25. And I'm like, I'm sorry, did you change the sign and not tell me? I was so sad. But even at $1.25, I can work with it. So that was tip number 2. Now let's get to tip number 3. Oh, we're counting. Tip number 3. This is about my math skills. That's why it's lazy keto, people. We only count carbs, but lazy math. So we're on tip number 3. And this is my dollar store keto item that I want to recommend to you, and why. What about travel sizes? What about travel sizes? Shopping at a dollar store for keto items, you can pick out some travel items. It's a perfect size, right? Sure, you already have this. You probably already have some low-carb sweetener, but I like to keep a box in my suitcase because I'm always traveling, going different places. I never know what they're going to have. If I'm traveling, I'm not that brand specific, but I do need something, right? I don't want to be caught with my pants down. So it's important to me to grab some emergency supplies. Like, for example, some kind of low-carb sweetener. My dollar store has quite a few brands to choose from. Love the sugar-free candy selection at the Dollar Tree or the dollar store. Oh my gosh, they have so many different fun flavors. Fun fact, next time you're making like a little smoothie, and it's not like fruit flavored, well, actually peppermint and strawberry go really well together. And it just throw one of these candies in your blender when you're making your smoothie. It's the strangest umami experience, but it's quite yummy. Highly recommend it. I did try the wintergreen to make the shamrock shake. Not a good plan. Ended up tasting like mouthwash, so skip that one. But one thing I like about the Dollar Tree for keto items is that you can get perfect things for travel, like I was saying. You can get like a bag of, let's say, what are these called? Original jumbo salted and roasted sunflower seeds. I don't normally eat these on a day-to-day basis, but if I'm stuck in a car or a plane, I get bored. And then I can have something to do, which for me is often eating. And they're low carb. I like the tuna in a pouch situation. It's a lot easier to open when you're on the go as opposed to like a can, right? You can't be opening a can on an airplane or in a car, but you could probably get away with this pouch and then just eat it quickly. And then keep it in a Ziploc. That way your trash can go right in the Ziploc, seal it up, reduces the stinkiness. And then you've got a serving size. That's so handy. And it could just be an emergency. It's not like you love tuna, but maybe you're a little stressed. Like, okay, I might get stuck somewhere. I don't necessarily want to eat protein bars all day. Instead, you could have some kind of a plan like this in your locker, your desk, your backpack, your suitcase, whatnot. So it is quite lovely. Same goes with, products like Spam or Vienna sausages. This might not be something you eat all the time, but from the dollar store and you're traveling, you might need some kind of backup plan. Or once in a while, who cares? Live a little. It's dirty keto, people. Yeah? Now, I travel a lot in the summer, and we stay in condos because we have a family, and I do a little bit of cooking. I don't see that that's a hardship. I think it's a benefit. And I do bring along some travel-size containers of perfect spices or coconut oil like this, or any kind of travel-type cooking stuff that's in a small amount of serving. That way I can use it on my trip. It costs me $1 to bring, and then when I'm done, I can just throw it away. I know it might be wasteful, but it's a lot better than going without and then ending up at the pizzeria and eating a full pizza. Or, you know what I mean? Like, for me, this is like a good investment for $1.25. So that's tip number 3. So what do you guys think about that so far? Is anyone liking these tips? Are you resonating? Are they like, oh yeah, I already know that? Tell me your opinion. Tips 1, 2, and 3 so far. I'm just checking in because we have 7. So I want to check in with you and see what your thoughts are. If you do like money-saving keto tips like this, I will link up after the video at the very end. I'll give you a thumbnail, a clickable link. That way you can go to another video that's similar, and it's all about affordable, low-carb recipes that are budget-friendly. I know, we're talking about saving money, dollar shopping, right? Keto Dollar Tree shopping. So I'll link up that video next for you. It's very popular. And especially in the day and age with inflation and all the problems that we're having in our economy, you cannot do enough to save money while eating healthy, right? That's the name of the game. Okay, ready for tip number 4? We're on tip number 4. How sad is this? I don't have $4 because my kids take my wallet like it's the ATM. So I'm going to do a 4 minus 1. Here you go. That's your visual aid. Do your kids treat your wallet like an ATM? Or is it just me? My teenagers do. So we're on tip number 4. Do the math. Simple, lazy keto math. And here is my suggestion for you. So think about the dollar store in terms of buying duplicates. Now, I'm sure you already have a set of measuring spoons or cups, right? Do you already have those? How many sets do you have? How many sets do you need? I know it seems kind of silly or ridiculous, but one of the things I learned in my journey about the losing 140 pounds, keeping me off almost a decade, is I have to cook fast. And I get hangry, and then it's like a national emergency. And I can't be messing around looking all over in the dishwasher and in a weird drawer and hiding under a spatula, trying to find some of these things that I need if I'm cooking. So I shared tips like this in the Dirty Lazy Keto No Time to Cook cookbook. Fast cooking suggestions like this. Buy more sets of these items, buy duplicates at the dollar store. That way you're not caught with your pants down. You're not searching all over the house. You're not all irritated and yelling like, I'm trying to make something healthy, but I can't measure. We don't want that. So I've learned just spend the $1.25, buy some duplicates, and then you got no excuses, right? It makes your life easier and faster. I've done this with a whole bunch of stuff. For example, I always lose my meat thermometer. I don't know where it goes. It's like a disappearing act. So I bought a couple of these at the dollar store in addition to those other items. I know, right? Why not? I've also bought duplicate items in terms of like disposables. For example, like food storage containers and reaching behind me here. Food storage containers, Ziploc bags in different sizes, especially if I'm traveling and I want to have some backups or maybe just some throwaways. I know it's not earth friendly. I apologize for that. You can wash these items and reuse them, but sometimes I like to just keep them in my suitcase, take them with me on the go, keep a set at work. That way, if I come across a situation where I want to save some of my keto friendly food and snacks for later, then at least I'm prepared. Okay. And I find that spending $1 on it, I'm not that committed. You know what I mean? Like you have your fancy glass storage containers at home, perhaps, if you're fancy. I'm not. But then you might have a secondary, disposable set that you're not caring as much about when you're out and about. I think it's helpful. And the dollar store is going to make that happen for you. Yay. Ding. That's a good thing, right? So now we're on to tip number 5. How are we doing on our sharing? Are you typing in the comments? Which comment you liked so far? Do you have anything to add? Please put it in the suggestions in the comment below. Tip number 5. Thus the $5 bill. Now I'm on track with the counting. So tip number 5, when you're shopping and you want some of these dollar store keto tricks and tips, be aware that not everything is going to be the best quality. I get it. That's okay. Sometimes instead of quality, you might experience shopping for overstock items, unusual flavors, or the same things you're used to, but in a smaller package or smaller quantity. Interesting. It can be kind of fun, right? Novel and fun. So for example, here is some Evian sparkling water I came across, which is 0 grams of net carbs per serving for the whole can. Sounds good, right? I like that. Great idea. Ward off the keto flu, get hydrated. Delicious flavor. Okay, now what flavor are we talking about here? Well, let's see. It's grapefruit. That sounds good. And basil. Grapefruit and basil. We need a gong. No, seriously. Maybe it's good. I don't know. But sometimes you find some interesting, like great brands like Evian, which is usually kind of pricey, but you might find an overstock item, an unusual flavor, or like a strange size, like an unusual size. And I'm willing to take that chance for a little over $1, right? One of my all-time favorite finds at my dollar store, in addition to that egg avocado slicer, are these individually portioned, packaged pieces of parchment paper. I know, right? Because I remember back in the day before keto and low carb and all this stuff, was popular, before anyone even used the keto word. Parchment paper was something you only found like at a specialty kitchen shop, like professional bakers used it. I remember the first time I bought it, it was in this roll, like for an industrial chef. And so for me, seeing that this has become mainstream in little tear-off sheets, pre-torn sheets, 25 for $1-ish, that is amazing. I bought every single one they had because I use them all the time in my recipes. Similarly, I love the Reynolds Wrap pre-cut pop-up foil sheets. Again, I buy these 10, 15 packages at a time at my $1-ish tree and load them up because they're great for cooking, for cleanup. Remember what I was talking about earlier? I feel like the name of the game, as I discussed in the No Time to Cook cookbook, I don't have any time for like cleanup and I want to make things as fast and simple as possible and convenient. And I know some of our overseas listeners are like, oh, you Americans. But come on, you've got to have the need for speed as well. I know that we are lucky here, especially in America, where we have options like this, right? We have like a lot of disposables and instant gratification tools like this, but really it's not necessary. I'm just pointing out that it can be a fun way to keep your cooking invigorated and keep your commitment alive. They're not required. Okay. Good one so far? Thoughts? Disagreements? Put it in the comments if you agree or disagree. I always have to remind myself to pause, take a breath. Tell me what's the most unusual thing you've ever found at a discount dollar store. That I would like to know. Anything interesting or weird or unusual? Tell me. It can be fun. We'll get a little sharing going on. Now, overall, I do believe that it can be super convenient to shop at a dollar discount store. This will be tip number 6. See, I'm back on my math. Are we counting correctly? I hope so. We have 7 total, so this is tip number 6. And I just want to urge you guys, I feel like it's really convenient to shop at a dollar store for keto-related items. Okay? It can be like just a fast in and out snack. You forgot something, you run in and grab it. For example, one thing I love to run in and buy is coconut milk. I have like 2 or 3 different dollar stores in my area, and they all carry this high percentage, high fat, premium coconut milk in a can. I love this stuff. Like olives, I keep these in my cabinet for that moment where I'm trying to make something and I need like a smoothie and I've run out of like a dairy alternative milk. Then I'll have this handy. So it's super convenient. I can just pop in, grab it, jump out. You know, sometimes I forget stuff like, oh, I'm making some kind of a zucchini bread muffin recipe. I have a video for that, right? The keto-friendly muffin recipe. And I need some liners. Pop into the dollar store. You're in and out in 2 seconds. And you're not tempted to like do a full grocery shop, right? You can just jump on in. And the same goes for when you are just hungry and you need a quick snack. Instead of hitting like a drive-through, which of course you could. What about hitting the convenience store, the dollar store? See how I called it the convenience store? And just picking up like a low-carb quick snack. For example, a beef jerky, something like that, right? Something simple. I also like all the fun flavors that they have on certain things. It helps with portion control as well. Like for example, here I have pork rinds, and my dollar store sells these in all sorts of interesting flavors. It's a fun way to just grab something, you know what I mean? Where you're not like, oh, what do I have to cook? You can just swing by the Dollar Tree, pick yourself up, maybe a low-carb energy drink, try out a new flavor, get a meat stick or one of these bags of chips. I call them chips, but they're pork rinds and a new flavor. And also, which can help with portion control, some of the nuts. Yeah, there's a whole aisle of nuts at my Dollar Tree. And one thing I like about it is that they're already packaged for me. Nuts for me. Raise your hand if it's for you too. Give me a thumbs up if you agree. Nuts can be hard to control sometimes. So even though I know it's not like of great value to pay $1 for this little sleeve, you know, it's probably better to buy in bulk. But sometimes, if you're like me and they're easy to overeat, especially for traveling or just an emergency kit, buying them in smaller amounts is genius. And it's worth that extra little expense. Do you agree? I do. There's a lot of different things that you can buy at a dollar store that's convenient, right? It doesn't have to be just for snack, but it can be that portion control. So the nuts, like we talked about, it could be peanut butter, also a nut, but whoo, these little guys, I love how they come in the small containers that really can get me through a pinch while traveling, especially, or in the car, or on the road, or in traffic. I can take my celery and just dip it in a little peanut butter. Makes it more exciting, more accessible. And it's a great emergency food to have. The jerky I talked about, peanut butter and nuts. And then some things are just problematic for people, right? So, for example, let's say you like dip. Let's say you like salsa. And yes, these are pretty low carb items. You know, if you check the nutrition label, they're like, oh, it's, 1 or 2 grams of net carbs for a tablespoon or a teaspoon. You know, that doesn't seem bad. But how much are you going to really eat? Now, for me, I know it's weird, but salsa, I can eat the whole thing. I can drink, not drink, it feels like I'm drinking, but I can end up, even with vegetables or something low carb, dip it in. I can get buck wild with salsa and then end up having like a cup. I don't really want to do that. So if I buy salsa or dip, like this in a smaller container at a dollar store, I'm less tempted because it comes in like a teensy tiny package. It can be like a once in a while item. You feel me? It's helpful, yeah? Interestingly enough, tip number 7, 5, 6, 7. We can do math. Lazy keto. There's my 7. Tip number 7 is I think that shopping for dollar store keto items, I feel like it's guilt-free. And that to me is pretty fun. You know, there's so many rules put on us about dieting and rules about what's healthy and what's not. I revel in the fact that I can pop into a Dollar Tree or a discount store. Everything is on sale, right? It may not be the best value, you know, like a can of green beans. You could probably get that cheaper at the grocery store, but it's guilt-free. So if I am hungry and I want to go in and get some green beans and an energy drink, it's so random, right? Some pork rinds and I don't know, some nuts. There's no guilt involved for me. I can enjoy that and not worry. I don't have to worry about the expense. I don't have to worry about like going off plan because when it comes to looking at the receipt, I did pretty good, you know? And then what that ends up happening is that not only are you losing weight, but we are saving money while we do it. Isn't that the best part? I feel like with Dirty Lazy Keto, you can lose weight on a budget. You can do it guilt-free. You can do it on your own terms and then with your own taste and with your own lifestyle. So if I skipped a tip from a convenient dollar store today, I hope that you will share it in the resources because there is a whole bunch of people watching this that would be super excited and appreciative if you shared your money-saving secrets. Seriously. We got to stick together. Along the same line of being affordable and budget friendly, I do want to encourage everybody to sign up for my free email list. And I will send you resources and links and tips to articles and free recipes and more videos and things that I feel like would be helpful to you. And it's free. You just go to my website. It's dirtylazyketo.com and you enter in your information. That's it. And I don't sell your information to anyone. I don't tell anybody your name or address. There's none of that. All I do is automatically send you an email that welcomes you. And then in the beginning, you'll get like a daily email. And then it slows down once you're kind of established with Dirty Lazy Keto. And then it's like once a week. I know, right? And it comes for a long time, like a year. So I'm really here to help you. It's all free to do. Can't go wrong with that. As soon as you sign up, though, quick tip, check your inbox because it should come automatically. If it's not there, go to your junk folder and look because it'll come from the email stephanie@dirtylazyketo.com. And you can even search for that if you don't see it at first or you forget to check. Okay? Can we take a deep breath together? Did you like the 7 tips? Which one was your favorite? Put it in the comments because I want to give away a prize today, right? Who's going to win? The Dirty Lazy Keto Fast Food Guide. I will send you a copy. I'm going to choose somebody at random. Once I get a bunch of comments, I'm going to wait. I'm not going to do it right away. I want to wait for a lot of people to chime in, and then I'll randomly choose a winner. So let me remind you guys, let me give you a huge pat on the back for being here today. And I want to remind you that Dirty Lazy Keto works because it's flexible. It's easy to do for the long haul. Nothing is expensive or required. You can do this on your terms with your budget, with your taste. And you're not alone on this journey. I'm here to support you. I'm going to hold your hand every step of the way and cheer you on. Because weight loss transformation is possible, and I believe that you can do this. Do you believe? Because I believe in you.